Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today is our revision class. So, first I want to tell you about the instruction of exam. If there is any one word question answer, listen it carefully. You have to write only one word answer, but the condition is start with a capital letter. Your answer should be start from the capital letter. If you are writing in small letter, the computer will make it wrong. Is it clear to you? Yes? Is it clear to you? Kindly write one word answer with capital letter. Now, look at the revision work of lesson 1 and 2. The small particle of an element is atom which can exist independently. Then the atoms form molecules. In molecules there will be 1, 2 or 3 atom can be there. Here are different kinds of atoms: monoatomic, diatomic, tri, tetra and polyatomic molecules can be seen. Monoatomic, the atoms which are having only one atom. In their molecule are known as monoatomic. It means all the noble gases. Noble gases are the gases which are inactive. They do not react easily, so they are known as noble gases or inactive gases. Helium, argon, neon, these are the noble gases. Krypton, xenon and etc. Same here, like metals are sodium, potassium, all are having only one atom in their molecule, so they are known as monoatomic molecule. Carbon, etc. Diatomic, having two atoms in their molecule, like hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, etc. Triatomic, having three molecules in their molecule, having three atoms in their molecules. O3 means ozone. Then tetraatomic, having four atoms in their molecule. It is P4, phosphorus. Then polyatomic, having more than four atoms, like sulfur. Sulfur having 8 atoms in its molecule. This is all about the atoms present in a molecules. Now, here are some symbols given by the Dalton. Hydrogen with a circle and dot inside the circle. Carbon, carbon is a fully filled circle. Then oxygen. So see about this. A triangle in a circle or triangle, there are some symbols are given, some structures are given for the are given in the, yes. See, someone is asking about the question paper. There are 3 types of questions. Take the correct answer, true, false, and one word answer. Is it clear? There are 3 types of question. They may be take the correct option or true, false, and one word question answer. Is it clear to you? Okay. Now, after this, these symbols are not sufficient for all the elements. So, John Jacob Burgess, who gave this symbol, who suggested this? Jacob Burgess gave the letter of an element written in capital letter should represent the particular element. These is given by the Jacob Burgess. Suppose he gave the symbol for gold AU, but AU is not start with gold, start with G, but he given that name AU. But due to the its Latin name aurum, so in some elements the symbols are given from its Latin name. So learn all the symbols of the element given in your book. Symbols. Symbol is the short form that stands for an atom of a specific element or a abbreviation used for the name of element. Here are some: sulfur denoted by S, hydrogen denoted by H, but there are sometimes many symbols are start with same alphabet. So there is a problem. To solve this problem, like carbon, cobalt, calcium, and C. So first letter C is given with, for the carbon. Start with capital letter. Cobalt. First letter should be in capital and the second letter should be in small letter. It should not be with capital letter. Calcium. First letter should be capital and then small letter. So this is the method to give the symbol of an element. Cadmium. Here is also Ca is given for the calcium. So we cannot use Ca for cadmium. Here we use Cd for cadmium. Chromium, same for chromium, chloride, chlorine. So for chromium it is Cr. For chloride it is Cl. These are the symbol of a same name starting with C only. What are the significance of symbol? It represents the element and one atom of element. This represents the one atom of element and definite mass of element. Okay, valency. Here is a table. Kindly learn all the symbols and their valency properly. Learn all the symbols and valency of the element given in your book. Valency is of an element is a measure of its combining power. There are three types of combining power: by transferring, by sharing. There are two types of combining power: by transferring, by transfer of electron, and this is known as ionic bond, or by sharing, it is known as covalent bond. In this, there is two types of ions produced. Ionic bond. In ionic bond, two types of ions are formed in a solution, and they are positive ion and negative ion, and they are also known as acidic ion and basic ion. See, on sodium having the 11 atomic number and 23 atomic mass. So what is the configuration of filling electron in sodium? It is nucleus. Nucleus is here, first shell and second shell and third shell, having 2 electrons in first shell and 8 electrons in its second shell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Total 2, 8 and 1. It is more easy to give this electron to another atom. So while giving this, it forms the octet at its last valence shell, last shell. Due to this, it change into positive ion. By removing of the electron, it change into positive ion, and on taking, suppose chlorine has 17 atomic mass. So configuration of chlorine is 2, 8 and 7. It requires 1 electron to make it 8. So it take that electron. Here is minus removing of electron, but here addition of electron. Due to this, it change into 2, 8 or 8, and the valency is Cl minus. This is all about the ions. The number of in its outermost shell, it may be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. It is easy to give 1 electron and change into positive plus 1 valency. It is give remove 2 electron and change into positive plus 2 ion. Same here, by removing 3 electron change into plus 3 valency. But in 4 half filled orbit, so there is no change, no gain or no loss. It is here, take 3 electrons. It is difficult to remove 5 electron as compared to the taking 3 electron. On taking 3 electron, it change into minus 3 valency. Taking 2 electron and change into minus 2 valency. Taking 1 electron and there is no change, already in octet. This is the rule. Now, here is the formation of hydrochloric acid, water and ammonia. See, HCl, it is having only 1 electron in its shell, and it is easy to remove 1 electron, and it needs 1 electron to complete its octet. So it transfer of 1 electron from hydrogen to chlorine and form HCl, and this is known as ionic bond. They form H plus and Cl minus. Same here, oxygen. Oxygen having 8 atomic number. So the configuration is 2 6. It requires 2 electrons. So this 2 electron, it share with 2 hydrogen. It has only one. So it give 1 electron to oxygen. Same here, give 1 electron to oxygen. And it becomes 2 8 and 8. 2 8. So this is the formation of molecule. Then variable valency. Variable valency means some atoms show different valency. Some atom shows different valency due to this is the outermost shell is known as valence shell. And if there is a electron is there, it can be removed from here, and the electron is known as valence electron. But in variable valency, instead of this removing of this electron from this shell, after that they remove from the inner side of electron orbit, the removal of electron from the second shell of the outermost second shell. This, due to this, they show variable valency. In some cases, if suppose ferric is showing, iron is showing +2 and +3 valency. If it is +2 valency, then suffix us is adding, and if it is 3 is more than 2, so here suffix ik is added. So what is the name of this? Ferrous. This us is here, and here ferric. Suffix ik is used. Same for the cuprous and cupric, plumbus and plumbic, stannous or stannic. This is the pattern of naming of variable valency in a atom. Formula. Formula is the representation of molecule is known as formula or molecular formula. In some cases, the molecules having only one type of atom, one type of atom. These are so, but some cases they are having different types of element and they are together. They are compound. There are two types of molecules: sulfur and oxygen. Due to this, there are two types of or more than two types of atoms are in this molecule, so they are known as compound molecule. See, in a Figs ratio, same here, NH4Cl. Here are two ions, ammonium and chloride. Chloride is a simple monoatomic, but here nitrogen and hydrogen is forming the ammonium ion. This is known as ammonium ion. So this is the compound ion and this is the simple ion. Represent the molecule of ammonium chloride containing 1 atom of nitrogen and 4 atom of hydrogen. Same here, sodium chloride carbonate Na2CO3. Two atoms of sodium, 1 atom of carbon and 3 atoms of oxygen. This is also a compound molecule. What are the significance of molecular formula? The molecular formula of a compound has quantitative significance and it represents both the molecule and molecular mass of the compound. Suppose this is the molecule and the molecular mass is 14 plus 4 plus 17.35.5. This is the mass of this. The total mass of this is the mass of ammonium chloride. We can see this H2O. So 2 and oxygen is 16 and it is 18. The molecular mass of water is 18. So it represents the molecule and molecular mass also. The respective number of different atoms present in one molecule of a compound. We can see that the ratio of hydrogen and water is 2:1. In ammonium chloride, 1:4:1. Radicals. There are two types of radicals. In some solution, ionic compound having the ionic bond split into two different compounds. Suppose calcium chloride. It splits into calcium potassium ion and chlorine minus ion. So due to this, there are two types of radicals. A radical is an atom or a group of atoms of the same or different element that behaves as a single unit with a positive and negative charge. With a positive and negative charge. There are two types of radicals, simple radical and compound radical. Simple radical, potassium and chloride. But compound radical, sulfate -2, carbonate -1, ammonium +1. These are compound radical because having more than one element in this radical. Sodium, sulfur and oxygen, carbon and oxygen, nitrogen and hydrogen. Due to this, they are known as compound radical. Here is a reaction, neutralization reaction. Neutralization reaction take place in acid and base to neutralize each other. Here is a potassium hydroxide, KOH. It is KOH react with hydrochloric acid and it forms water and KCl. Right? So this K came with the hydroxide. It's a base. Due to this, they are known as basic radical. Because this potassium comes from the hydroxide base and this H is come from the acid. So it is known as basic radical. It is a base and it's a acidic radical. Right? These are the acidic and basic radical. So they are known as electropositive and they are known as electronegative, also known as cation or electropositive. And these acidic radicals are also known as anion or electronegative ion. This is all about the ions. Here are the table of ion with their valencies. You have to learn all the valencies properly. Is it clear to you? Learn all the valencies of radicals given in your notebook. How to write chemical formula? How to write chemical formula? Here is some steps. First, if you have to write magnesium chloride. Magnesium chloride. First, we have to write symbol magnesium Mg and chloride is Cl. Now, write their valency 2 and here is 1 and close them. It means we write 1 for the magnesium and Cl2 for chloride. This is the pattern how to write formula. Take one another example. H2O, water. Water is the name of water is dihydride oxygen. So first write hydrogen and then oxygen. Write the valency, hydrogen having 1 valency and oxygen having 2 valency and close them. So the formula of water is H2O. This is the pattern to write formulas. Naming of certain compound. There are different conditions, metal and non-metal. Metal and non-metal. First we have to write metal and then after this we write non-metal. So have an example here, calcium nitrogen. So calcium nitrogen, calcium is a metal and nitrogen is a non-metal. What are the valency of this? Calcium having 2 and nitrogen having 3. Now close them. And the formula is Ca3N2, calcium nitride. Then the condition is 2 non-metal. In this, prefix tri and tetra or penta is added. Suppose phosphorus and chloride, both are non-metal. Phosphorus having 4, well, 3 or 4 or 5 valency. So it is, if it is 5 then it is 1. Cross them. It is PCl5. It means phosphorus pentachloride. If it is 3 then phosphorus trichloride. 2 elements and oxygen. Here are more than 2 elements and one is with this oxygen is there. There are different conditions on writing this. Oxygen is represented at the end. What is the condition? 2 metals and oxygen. First is oxygen is added at the last. We take oxygen at last, the last of the formula. Then the name of the compound depend on the number of oxygen. Number of oxygen present in the formula depends on the number of oxygen. If it is 1, the number of oxygen is 1, then hypo. Prefix hypo is used for this. Sodium hypochlorite. Sodium hypochlorite. O is 1 and I, it is the prefix. prefix hypo is used, and ik, I, ite, it is used as a suffix. So what is the answer? What is the name of this? It is the name is sodium. Then hypo is used due to the number of oxygen is one only. Then hypochlorite, chloride, sodium hypochlorite. But there is no name of oxygen. Oxygen is not used in the naming of the form of this molecule. Sodium hypochlorite. The condition is changed when oxygen number of oxygen is 2. Hypo is removed and the only this is NaClO2. The name is sodium chloride. Sodium chloride only. Then if the number of oxygen is 3, then per is added as a prefix. Per is added and suffix 8 is added. So what is the name of this? NaClO3. So it is sodium perchlorate. Sodium perchlorate. Suffix 8 is used here and per is used here. Sodium perchlorate. Naming of acid. If it is hydro is added binary acid, it means two acids are together in this, then it is hydro and this is chloride, hydrochloric. Ik is a suffix, hydrochloric acid. Then HF is hydrofluoric acid. When the acid is polyatomic, suppose this H2SO4, polyatomic means atom, more than one atom is there, two atom is there, one is hydrogen, other is sulfur and third one is oxygen. So hydrogen is not used here. We are giving the name on the basis of this. It is an ik is added. Then sulfuric. Sulfur is the name. Then sulfuric. The name is sulfuric acid. Then nitric acid and fluoric acid, etc. In some cases, tribal names means routine regular name we are using in our general language. It is known as tribal names. Nitrogen trihydride is better known as a ammonia. Chemical equations. Chemical equations formed with the two parts, reactant and product. If here is a one reactant or maybe sometimes two reactants are there, from this only one product is formed or more than two product is formed, CaO plus CO2. So after reaction, the substance is produced are known as product. Before the reaction, the substance taking part in the reaction are known as reactant. This is all about the reactant. There are different kinds of equations are there. Balancing of reactions. There are two types of two methods of to balance the reactions, and they are trial and method, and other is by partial equation method. Whatever you want to do, you can use. First, we have to make all the atoms may be equal in both the side. Suppose example is Fe H2O. On reacting both the value, they form Fe2O3 plus H2. This is the reaction. So in first case, Fe at reactant side and Fe at product side. Here is 1 and here is 2. Hydrogen in reacting side at 2, but it also 2. Then oxygen is here 1, but in the product side is 3. So we have to balance it. We have to make 3 oxygen. For this 3, we have to put 3 here, and from this it is 6 oxygen, and due to this it is 3 and 2, because this. Now the atoms before the reaction and after the reaction are same. 2 ferric, 2 atom of iron, then 6 atom of hydrogen and 3 atom of oxygen. This is the method of balancing equation. Now time is running out. So if you want to ask, then you can ask, otherwise I will complete it fast. Yes? Do you want to ask anything? No one. I want to tell you, kindly learn all the defines properly and symbols, valency of the molecules and radicals, which is given in your notebook. Okay. Relative atomic mass means we have to relate mass of one atom to the another atom. So first, at the starting, hydrogen is related to all the atoms, but after that, hydrogen atom at the beginning was chosen as a unit and mass of other atoms were compared with it. But in 1961, carbon 12 is taken for the relative atomic mass theory. Here is the relative atomic mass or atomic weight of an element is the number of times one atom of the element is heavier than 1/2. The atomic mass of carbon is 12. So it is related with the carbon 12. Thus the mass of hydrogen is 1 and the oxygen is 16. Oxygen is 16 and helium is having 4 atomic mass. The atomic mass is the mass, the number of protons plus number of neutrons present in the nucleus is equal to the atomic mass. Relative molecular mass or molecular weight. Molecular weight, we can measure molecular weight. Suppose here is an example of C12 H22NO11. It means the atom of carbon is 12 and we are having